Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Rehab Project. This is Sarah Saxby, and this is the podcast where we talk about truth because everything in our life has been a lie. In today's episode, I'm going to go a little bit deeper um, because I have to, whatever's firing in here, I have to talk about. And this isn't a new concept. Some people will understand it. Some people will go, yeah, it's all about remembering. But what happened to me this morning was that I had a so much deeper understanding of this reality that we're in and how we get out of it. Basically, how we're escaping what is turning into such chaos that it's getting harder to keep going. And everyone is at a different place in their understanding of what's happening in the world. A lot of people are becoming aware of the script that we've been given in life. What we have always been told is life. People are beginning to question it. All of the structures, all of the systems that we have believed in, that we counted on for security, that we counted on to protect us, to guide us, for our health, for our education, all of these things. We're going, what the hell? We're not trusting them. They are not looking reliable. There's a lot of things, right? And so we're saying, okay, we're waking up to that. In addition to that, there are people who are waking up to the reality that we are in, that we have been living in. And that is even questionable, right? Where are we really from? What is this reality that's filled with pain, suffering, and death, and decay? What is this reality that we are living in? And how the hell do we get out of here? And this is what I put together, and I'm going to explain this. The reality that we are in is so dense. I feel like I'm like on the verge of tears, but here. So the reality that we are in, the one that consists of all of this chaos, it consists of us feeling so empty, even though we're trying so hard to follow all of its rules and do everything that we're told to do. And we're trying to make so many things happen. But in this reality, we're always in perpetual anticipation because this reality has time in it, linear time as a prison. And because of that, we are in perpetual anticipation of something finally giving, something finally breaking loose where we feel something that has no name. We're always reaching because this reality consists of time and space. If we're still functioning with time and space, we know we haven't gotten out of this reality, the only one that seems real to us. It feels real. But it's so dense here. And we don't remember who we are and why we're here and where we came from on purpose. There's a reason why we don't remember. And we're here to remember that. But the odds are against us. Every single thing, 24 hours a day, is against us remembering this information. And I've heard, and I love this, and this feels true to me, that we could talk about the ice wall, right? And the ice is melting. And we can say that our consciousness is the ice. And so our consciousness, what we truly are, where we came from, it's been frozen. And that's the best way to look at it because it is frozen. And now the more that we wake up, right? The more that we remember, it's not even about learning new things. It's about remembering. The more that we remember, the more the ice is melting. It's simultaneous. It's literal and figurative. It's like there is ice melting, but the ice represents our consciousness. And we're remembering more and more who we are in different ways. And it's so important, you guys, that we don't start identifying like people who say, I'm a chosen one or I'm a star seed. That may be true, but the minute that you say that, this reality is winning because you're giving yourself an identity. You only have an identity inside this reality we're stuck in. So if you're sitting here calling yourself anything, you're just putting yourself back into the reality you think you're not a part of. You're actually putting yourself in a hierarchy. Because the minute you say I'm chosen or I'm a starseed or I'm awake, you're saying you're better than someone else. You're rebuilding a hierarchy, and hierarchies only exist inside this reality we're stuck in, inside the construct. Because anyone who is here for the transformation of the souls that are trapped here will never call themselves anything. They may be from somewhere else. They may have chosen to come here on assignment. That may be the case. But if you truly are here on assignment, you will not call yourself anything because you will realize that you are getting trapped back into the illusion. We have to be very careful. If you're creating a hierarchy, that's a tool of this reality, not outside of it. So the thing that hit me this morning, and I've, over the course of my life here that I can remember, I was always told that it's an illusion. It's one thing to feel that logically, right? Or think it through logically. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, we're living in a illusion. We're in a matrix. We're in a simulation. You call it whatever you want to call it. That doesn't get us out of it. But I've always been taught that. And I've always felt that that is true. But that doesn't give us the tools to get out. And we may know that we have to get outside of it. And because this reality, this matrix, whatever you want to call it, is so dense and our memory has been erased, the only thing that we can do, because we can't fully embody or understand what it's like to be outside time and space, to be outside of this reality. So the only thing we can do is use the tools that we have. We think that once we remember more and once the ice melts, that we need to physically go somewhere or we need to physically rebuild something. And I don't believe that that is true at all. I think you can sit inside your living room and you can look at all the things that seem so real. I mean, everything's energy, but it looks so real and it feels real. And we've always been told it's real. So you can sit inside your living room and you can look at the walls and you can say, God, this seems so real. But the more that you remove all of the lies that this reality told you that were real things, the places in your life where you are erasing your real self. And it's so hard because you're moving through sludge in this reality where the places where you are erasing yourself are going to be so hard to even determine because we're so used to it. And we're so used to self-correcting ourselves, self-correcting back to consensus, right? The minute you start thinking outside and going, this isn't right for me, you go back to what the consensus says for safety purposes. But you can sit in your own living room and you can start working on all the places you are erasing yourself. As hard as that is, it's going to take the most courage you have ever had to drum up. The most courageous thing you will ever have to do is face the places where you are erasing yourself. But as you do that, as you start choosing you start turning inward. And I don't mean high vibe shit and all this stuff that you see like, oh, I'm just going to let go and whatever. None of that is helping you. You are not going to be able to high vibe yourself out of the shit that we are stuck in. You are not. But as you remove the places you are erasing yourself, as hard as that is, the walls, the veil, the wallpaper that you have been looking at as you sit in your own living room, it's going to start to peel off. You're going to be sitting there and the walls are going to, it's like they're going to go from solid to transparent, like in a movie where all of a sudden you're like, what? And you're starting to see through the actual walls that have been around you. The more you become like your real self, it's not anywhere you have to go. It's what's going to be revealed. It's what's always been there. So as you sit there and you become more of who you really are through courage, the walls that have been separating you from that, the ones that seem so real, are going to collapse. And you're going to see where you have always been sitting. Always. You have never left. You have been made to believe you left, but you never have. It's not about going anywhere. It's about sitting where you are and doing the hard internal work that you swore anything but that. I swear to you, I will do anything but that. Whatever that is, that's what you need to do. That is what you need to do. And you will see where you have been sitting and you're going to go, holy shit. My entire life as I have known it, I have been stressed. I have been guilty. I have felt like shit. I have lied. I have been lied to. I have been in fear. I have grieved. I have been sick. And you're going to sit there and you're going to go, holy shit. That has nothing to do with who I really am. I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to remember. And remembering comes from being who you are, facing the thing you never wanted to face. And you will watch the walls of the only reality you have ever known start to fall, and you'll say, I have been here the entire time. The work is internal. We want to start facing all of this shit that's out there, all of the corruption that is making us so angry, the absolute injustice that has been done to us. If you want to start getting rid of that, you need to do it internally. That's the only place they can't get you. They will never, ever be able to touch you internally. But it's the hardest work you will ever do. Remember, there is just a veil in between, and the veil is a lie. The more true you become, the thinner that veil gets.